Right then, so gonna try a bit of ATS with the new beta on. So we're gonna grab a job. I'm using an old profile, so I haven't got much in terms of jobs or anything done in this one. It's really more of a test one. Let's have a look. What can we do? Something that isn't too urgent. So hopefully we're running the 1.35 in DX11. I've got everything turned up to the max in game. Don't want to do doubles because I'm going to suck at parking. Let's do that one. Hopefully my truck isn't too badly damaged.
I actually posted in Discord today asking if you could tell him what your GoPro settings are. I just saw it now. Just so you know for later.
Yeah, I'll check it. So yeah, it's first impressions, it seems to run okay, but it's the middle of the night, so it doesn't really help. And with this profile, I don't have much flexibility of jumping around to change the dates or the time. I don't even have that much money, so I shouldn't really be running all the red lights. Right. Take the job. This is with 400%. The only thing I haven't got is the anti-aliasing turned on. That doesn't seem to make much difference, just slows down the PC to be honest. But it's got the scaling up to 400%, which I usually run at 200%. All other options are on max, so either high or ultra, which I usually don't do on triples. So we should have enough fuel on board. I need to check things like VSync and stuff. Bit of stories of VSync doesn't work, but we'll see. Hello there, Ofki. How you doing? Skip around that guy. Come on, lights. Haven't got all day. Yeah, it's all good, thank you. Was busy reading up about the 1.35 update, so I thought, nah, let's have a look at this update then. Yeah, that doesn't seem too smooth scrolling by, so I'm wondering, is that a VSync issue? Yes, it doesn't seem to be updating smoothly. Let's have a butcher's at the settings. This is what we're trying to fathom out now. Yeah, I've got VSync turned on there, so let's disable that. Let's see what happens. Did I turn that off? No, because it didn't apply, because I didn't see the button at the bottom. Type. Or B-type. Hey Black Fox, how you doing? Nah, it's just checking it out. It's supposed to be good. Although somebody did say you can do... Supposedly you can do... yeah, it's still... I'm seeing the truck coming in. And it's like juddering towards you. Then again, see, I've noticed with the DirectX 11 mode, I've got no frame counter from Steam, so I can't check what the frames are doing. Other than the judder, I would say it's okay. And have you been, Black Fox? Haven't seen you around for a while. Then again, the judder could be the game, because the game crashed out 3 times just trying to load the damn thing. All good here. Same old, you know. Really wish it was daytime, but I couldn't find a place to sleep, so that really sucks. The wheel feels different as well. I'm getting these jolts coming through. Mind you, that could be a damaged truck, because it's got 5% damage. But I must admit, don't usually get little jolts in the wheel. Hey, Drifter King, how you doing? It is pitch black. What is the time in game? Tuesday, 3:57. Great. Yeah, just having a look at the update that's coming out shortly. Although, of course, it turns out to be the most boring of streams at the beginning because it's nighttime yet again. And I really need to clean my monitors. I know I said this yesterday, but yeah, I still haven't done it. Brother Craig, how you doing? Well, you know, it's nice to do something different, and I didn't want to risk my profile, even though I did try changing it over. I then reverted it back rather quickly. Hope you all had a good day. I swear now, I am going to run into the kitchen and get a rag to clean this screen. It's really starting to bug me. We only got a short trip. We'll just do a couple of quick jobs. Do I get the bypass? Yes, I do. Thank God for that. Nearly as bad as the tolls in ETS. Oh, I'll take your word for it. Dirt from the truck in front. Yeah, well, it could be. I mean, other than the little slight tearing that's there, a little bit of judder, it does seem a lot smoother overall. I'm kind of keen to see what it's going to do for the game as a whole, you know? Oh, I can't be doing that. I'm just going to be extra lazy driving. You've got them in chat now, they'll be telling you now. I think they just do the same as us, you know. You'll always have some who will do lower on the wheel and some will do with upper on the wheel, and yeah, swings and roundabouts. Right, I think it's going to start to get brighter, which would be really nice because I want to see what the trucks and everything's looking like in the daytime. Is that what they call them? Traffic circles. The train looks cool. Wait, who's left and right feet on the right way? Didn't realize they were on the wrong way. Actually, the shading on the truck looks better. I swear it used to be you get close to a truck and the lights would react differently, but you've got a definite shadow on the truck now. He's not going to stop. Ooh, I think he did, just about. No, I don't need to Alt F4, I'm good. So I just don't know whether it's because it's dipping low on the frames or whether it's because it's just VSync. I wonder if I can enable VSync in the graphics driver, but I know if I tab out I sometimes lose the game. But I must admit, It is pretty good, considering this is running with 400% scaling switched on. Everything on max, and the only thing that's turned off is the anti-aliasing. Yes, the experimental release 1.35. Playing rather nice. And they go into config file and change the DX9 to DX11. And supposedly you're able to use DX11. You know, it's not working fully. I've had a couple of issues getting it to run. But when it's in, it's looking promising. Because it should help with frames, and it should help with shaders, because obviously the DX tech has moved on quite a bit. It's been a busy day today, sorry Jonathan. Tomorrow's more likely the day we're going to be doing another multiplayer. This is just a quick look at the beta. Ah, you're stopping. Crap. My truck is going to be wrecked. Server's always server 3. It'll be posted in the Discord, so grab Discord if you're not in there. And where it's gonna be, I don't know. I'd have to check ETS to be honest. Probably be where I left off yesterday. Wherever that was, I have no idea. No, unfortunately I drove into the AI. Clearly, rather badly. Didn't stamp on the brakes hard enough. Come on, sunshine. Another 3 hours 54. Take care, Jonathan. Right. I'm gonna put graphics. See what it does. That's not too bad. Done a bit jittery, but I can't work out whether that's VSync or not, or whether it's because the frames per second is dipping too low.
Fox asked you about live players. Look above Jonathan saying bye.
Yeah. The ETS is back on for multiplayer. So 8:39 PM UK time. Schools are back in, so back to regular times. At least that's for the next 2-3 weeks. And then they're off again. Was like, what? I'm sure it's like they got like another month in school and then they're off again for a week. It's like, what was the point?
It's like 3 weeks away and they're off.
It's crazy. I don't understand schools. It's like, you know, they're a law unto themselves. Parents can't take holidays, but they can take them whenever they want. It's crazy. Yep, that's right. Ooh, that's a little bit hot into that corner, wasn't it? Jesus, really missed it. Yeah, I'm thinking that the shading is it me, or does it just look better shading on those cars? Lighting and everything. Maybe it's just a placebo effect or something, but... it's definitely looking good to me. Even the reflection in the windows of... I don't know if you can notice, but the reflection... I gotta admit, it's not something I've paid a lot of attention to in the previous versions of the game. But even when you're driving along and the reflections in the window, it's actually reflecting what the scenery is doing and the cars driving by. Let's have a look at a drive-by. Eek, that's a bit wide. Did he run him off the road? Yeah, still getting the screen tearing. That's definitely the V-Sync not working. Yeah, it's looking a lot nicer. I mean, it's not going to be massive change as far as I'm aware, but it's going to help with, you know, making things a little bit quicker. I'm wondering whether the draw distance is enhanced, because look at the details on the truck in the distance. Well, you might not be able to see it actually, but I certainly can. They still pop in and pop out, but there looks to be more detail on the vehicles in the distance, whereas before they were more like just a brick coming towards you, then all of a sudden the detail pops in. I think yeah, I've got depth of field turned on. I might turn that off. Get a crisper view then. Well, thinking about it, if they get a bit more performance from DX11, then it should allow them to do a little bit extra. The lighting from the headlights on the vehicles is a lot better. That was the wrong one, wasn't it? I didn't want that one. You break some. Because I swear the headlights didn't react like that on the back of trucks. So you've got a definite pattern. The reflection on the tanker looks really good. And the mirrors look a little bit crisper as well. That mirror over there looks so crisp, it's ridiculous, to the right. Even this one looks a little bit sharper than what it used to be. Mind you, I haven't played ATS for a while, so it's kind of tricky, but... Ah, crap, we're turning. Yeah, I'll have to excuse any screen tearing that's captured. That part I can't help because, as far as I'm aware, that hasn't been sorted in this. Let's reverse. What we'll do, we'll get to the drop-off point, and we'll have a look at the exterior. More detail. Which makes me think now, right, is this working? Hold on a second. There we are. Hey Mark, how you doing? There we are, so we can put that view on when we have a closer look. It's alright, it's only just viewing the test. You're all here to listen to me anyway, aren't you? I had views before. Except this one has this one's rather temperamental. Sometimes it switches on, sometimes it doesn't. Go figure. What have we got? Another 1 hour 47. Well, VSync isn't implemented in this version at the moment. Should be by the time it's released fully. I was reading somewhere that if you go into windowed mode, then VSync will work. Those are some big guns. I just wish I had the frame counter running so I could see what frames it's doing, because, you know, as a bit of a test, I mean, I run this game at probably 200% scaling, and the first 3 options at medium, I think it is, and the rest then at high at least, and it runs okay. I usually get around 60 plus frames on average, but as a test I'm running this pretty much maxed out, 400% scaling, high or ultra on everything, and the only thing that's turned off, I think, is the anti-aliasing. And I've got to admit, it's doing pretty well. I'm quite impressed. Scenery detail is good. There is still draw distance. You can still see it drawing in the mountains. Trees are still popping. I don't think we'll ever get out of that, I'm afraid, but lighting seems to be better. Absolutely, the headlights, taillights, they all seem to be forming a little bit better. Reflections seem to be cleaner. Whatever is reflecting the world around you. Press that too fast. Try that one. Like the reflections in the windows. You can see the lines from the... Oh, hold on, we're turning here, I think. Well, I didn't even bother loading it for this one because I thought, well, it's a beta. There's no way it's going to be supported. It gets like that sometimes. We're nearly there. 20 minutes to go. Yeah, loads of tear then when I went around that corner. As a test, what I'll do after when we stop, I'll look at lowering the graphics. See if it's a frames per second issue where I'm running too low. Right, where are we? I is not quite sure. I think we're over here. So if you go outside, change the views. Definitely well rendered. Well, it's pretty much on max. You know, ultra everything. See the clouds in the window. I'm not even sure where I'm supposed to be dropping this off to. Oh, we're over there. Oh, yeah, let's do this exterior view, shall we? This'll be fun. It's only a curb. We're okay. That'll be the wall. Yeah, walls are tested. They're all good. Thanks very much. I overcooked it. Well, if that marker was down that side, I'd be spot on. Okay, let's go to normal view. Oh, that's not normal view, is it? Yeah, the lighting definitely seems to be a lot better. So let's do graphics. Depth of field I went off. High dynamic range, blah. No, we'll leave it on for now. As you can see, everything else is on high or ultra, I think. Yep. I'm wondering though about notching that back down to 200 because I think it may just be causing a little bit too much in the old frames. Let's get another job. There's Washington area. Yeah, we'll have another look. I always do that. So, you know why? Because the apply button's right behind my wheel, so I always forget. We'll go back and have a look. Do I want to do a long job? Why not? Scrap cars. Don't crash. Oh, that clicked. Nah, see, still tearing. Probably even worse, actually. Let's try... Oh, outside view it always seems a little bit easier. Let's grab the truck and we'll make a move. I think we're going to have to get fuel. I swear this thing has got no turn and circle. Yeah, we've still got tearing. Even the detail in the mirrors. Were the mirrors actually working before from outside view? I really don't remember. Change camera. Today be nice before I crash. I like doing the exterior shots, but blimey. Right, there's a fuel stop coming up. We'll definitely be needing that. So overall, yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting update, especially for both games. They're both going to be getting these updates with regards to DX11. So even if ultimately your frames per second isn't going to be like 100 times better, it's going to bring new enhancements to the game. Let's face it, all the graphics cards we're buying now, they're all DX11, DX12 compatible, you know? I mean, yes, they're backwards compatible, but we're not really... If this game originally ran on DX9, it just means we're not taking advantage of the new hardware in the graphics card. We'll do this one. 24 hours, 1,200 miles. Whoa, we're on to save. Well, not exactly two, but you know what I mean. Even at 200%, in terms of scaling, it still looks crisp. I've probably got the truck settings all weird. It's probably on soft as hell. Let's give it a wiggle test. Oh yeah, look at that. It's like a boat. Oh yeah. Crap. It had its mind of its own towards the end. Yeah, as you can tell, I don't do ATS very often, so it's not set up very well. I clearly need to do some setting changes to the suspension. That's not slowing down quickly enough. There we go. I must admit, I'm enjoying watching. Even you can see even reflections in the lens of the car. Don't recall seeing that much detail before. And how the lights are bouncing off the back of the cop car. Even the road markings reflecting off the paint. It was close, but I stopped. It's not that bad. Oh look, it's me! Inside the cop car. got some very nice textures in here. Good handcuffs. Chrome's very convincing. Steel, whatever you want to call it. See, I'm trying to remember what the chrome was like on the other trucks as you drive by. Was it as reflective as that? Again, change to that view. So we should get a couple of trees. I'm too close. No, seems to be reflecting everything that's there. I need to double check. But it's definitely reflecting everything that's on the side. Just can't recall if the game was doing that before. Even the sun shining down on the wing. No, you don't, mister. That's my road. Slow down. So we've got a distance of 1,220 miles with 773 litres in the tank. Hello there, MJ. How you doing? Well, we might as well do one long haul. We'll get to see what's going on. Didn't want to just do one quick job. You know, I want to try and see as many varied things as possible. So we're going from the bottom to the top. So we should get some good views and some good changes of scenery along the way. And maybe we'll see a couple of updates. Who knows? We got... Yeah, we'll skip this fuel. When we get to sub 1,000, we'll top up and then we'll have enough fuel to get there then. Probably got enough fuel to get there now, but no harm to have a little bit extra in the tank, is there? Oh, we're gonna risk it for a biscuit. Yep, risk it for a biscuit. Be careful, don't get blown away down here. Crikey, look at all of them. And they're still popping in. I'll sit there one day and count how many there are. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I wonder if they're going to release this by the end of the month. Because usually when they do a beta, it's not too long before the actual update comes out. So I suspect it's going to be like end of the month, maybe June. Not too far away either way. I was looking at his mirror then. Trying to see what I could see. Oh, I can see, to be honest, there's going to be lots of mods that will need to be updated. However, if the lighting system in the game is improved to a point, especially with the way it's looking at the moment, I'd be happy getting rid of most of the lighting mods that I've got. Because I can see me not needing half of them. So it's at least, 3 or 4 mods gone straight away. Oh great, unexpected event. Unexpect that one. Ah, it's not going to go through. Damn it. I was hoping I could squeeze through. Can we? Let's go in. Come on. You know you wanna. Yes. Now then, can we squeeze through there? Can we? Lovely jubbly. Nothing to see here, officer. Move along.
Battery low.
Oh, battery low. I forgot to charge it up again. Crap. Need a longer lead, that's what I need. Ah, check out the chrome on his truck.
Charging battery.
Can you see the truck in it? No, it's the one thing that doesn't seem to be reflecting. The lights have been reflected in it, but the truck's not. That's a shame. Maybe if they develop the game with RTX in mind, and then you can get ray traced reflections. That'll be the next one. Okay, that's a little bit too close. Damn it, every time I get close he pulls away. I'm slowing down too much. Yeah, the reflections in that bumper are really crisp. That was just like crazy amount. It's reflecting everything, the buildings. There's the sign we just drove by. Just doesn't reflect me, you can't see me in the truck. Yeah, that's because you can't see me. %, damage, 19 hours and 31. And no coffee. That's gonna be a bad sign. Yeah, kind of looking forward to this once they've got the DX11 implemented properly, the V-Sync working nicely. Looks fine. I mean, I was thinking of, let's play around with the settings a second, so let's look at options. What if I do put anti-aliasing back on? What happens with the old frames? Everything becomes very blurry. I mean, close up there looks a bit better. I think you're just probably better off with the 40% scaling, to be honest. So let's change that back. Options, graphics. We're still high, ultra. I think there's only 2 ultras in there. Mirror distance. Oh, there we are. Ultra. Weather. Yeah, that's it. Apply before you forget. I don't usually run it with this high, but I'm just messing around just to see what happens. Grommet 400 looks pretty good. Looks damn crisp. And it seems to be playing a hell of a lot smoother than it did with the anti-aliasing turned on. Yep, 1080 Ti. On triples. That's quite a load, actually. Which actually seems to be playing smoother now I've done that. Go figure. To me it does anyway. I don't know about to you guys. It might not be because the graphics card is probably crazy. Stop. Thanks, buddy. Just drive straight out. It's just awesome. Have a closer look. Honk honk. Now, Offkey, why are you gonna cry in your coffee now? Okay. what? What is off-key on of it? It's not that good. Grot bags made it. Grot bags being your better half. I'm, you know, just guessing here. Throwing that out there. Well, ETS. I always find ETS to be a slightly heavier load. There's a lot more going on the screen. I may be completely wrong, but if it brings the same kind of enhancements, a few extra frames per second, happy days. Whoa, I was just about to move into that lane. You get... I don't know, to me though, this does look sharper. I mean, yes, I've whacked it up to, you know, 400% scaling, but even on 200% scaling, it just looks that little bit better. You know, I wouldn't know what to say there, off-key. I'll leave those to you. Try not to dig myself a hole. That's your job. Absolutely, always go for the max scaling. So, you know, if you can keep an eye on your frames per second, so as long as you're keeping that to around 60 and you can do 200 or 300, then push it, you know. $33 tons. You know me, always happy to help if I can. Well, I'll be interested to find out what your card will push though. Now you've got, well, you've got a 1050 now, you said, wasn't it? I think you had a 1030 or something? Or did you go, and then you bought a 1050? Can't remember. Oh, fuel. Blah, 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 blah. Well, might as well stop here, I guess, and fill up. GT 1030. That was it. I knew it was 10 something. There. Fill her up. Crap. Not paying attention. It's a steerable axle, isn't it? That's my problem. That was it. 1050 on the laptop. Yeah, just gonna have to sell a 1030 and just buy a 1060. Or save up and go for an RTX 2060. Well, that will certainly help, but imagine then what you could do then is put your 1030 into the streaming PC and then put a better card into your main PC and have even more performance. And the 1030 should be able to do NVIDIA encoding on the fly for you, which would be probably better. But yeah, that's just more expense, so only do that as and when you're ready. If you're willing for me to spend your money, I'm happy to do it, don't worry. Yeah, it's nice to have a break away from some games. I mean, you know, I'm on daily playing games, and there are times where I sit down and I think, what do I want to play today? And sometimes I don't want to play anything. And for those days that it's like that, I might not even stream at all. Not very often, but it happens now and again. Tell you what, those clouds look really convincing. Got a big fog coming in now. Well, you know, at the end of the day, as long as the changes you're making are enhancing what you're doing, and it's for the better, then why not? Is it me? Is that volumetric lighting looking really good right now? Holy crap. The lighting through the tree looks improved as well. I think it's because it's got that mist fog in the distance which, you know, softens the edges. Damn it, I want to turn into the sun again and have a look at that. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to take a long job, so I could see the transition from day to night and what have you. Come on, road, bear round. Let's see the sun setting and see if we can get some nice views. Are we going to miss out on it? Lights up that rather well. What was that up front? Ah! It was a nice accident. I missed half of that. Those two crashed. I wanted to see how that happened. Ah, man. Why didn't this game have an instant replay? I have no idea. The problem is I haven't played ATS for a long time, so I don't know how the lighting compares to ETS. So I don't want to comment too much because I don't want to be thinking the wrong thing and saying the wrong thing really, but the lighting does seem to be different all round. See what the lighting's like here now. That looks pretty cool with the police car reflecting. I remember all my settings. I mean, I don't know what your in-game settings are, but mine are pretty much all maxed out. If they're not on ultra, they're on high. So assuming if you've got everything else in the game set to the similar settings, you should have similar quality. Okay, that's kind of dodgy. I'm surprised I haven't crashed yet. Okay, that's a little bit too fast, I think. Keep it together. Start to lose it then. Ooh. Right, if we can find a rest stop, we'll take a rest. Then we got 12 hours to go. Sacramento. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I'm looking forward now to the 1.35 because, you know, both ATS and ETS are gonna have. As long as they implement DirectX 11, they're going to have a nice little tweak. Oh, pardon me. Well, if you ever get to sort out that PC build, you'd be rocking it then. Yeah, they pretty much got it all. Stay there, mister. Don't you swerve back in. So that's with the high beam. Yeah, the distance looks more, doesn't it, on the low? But it is kept low. Ah, crap. Wait, was that? Ah. There's no rest at those places, is there? I don't think so. I didn't see it marked. Right, I need to keep out for a rest stop. I did say, didn't I? But I keep forgetting. But that's part of the fun with this, is the scenery and exploring a little bit. Lights off. That looks pretty cool. That is pitch black, and I don't know how I'm keeping it on the road. Kind of convincing though. Ten hours and 5. I'm still convinced that nighttime looks better in ATS. I don't know what it is. What, is that in the game? Graphics. Or the MLA. And where? Slider? Which bit are you on about? The filtering down here is up to max, because you need that up to max, and that doesn't have a very big impact on frames per second. If you've got anti-aliasing here, turn that off, because that's a heavy impact on frames. So unticking that, and yeah, so don't use that one, because that is heavy on frames per second. So turn that off, and chances are you can probably turn this up another notch then, or two, depending on where you are. So if you're on 200, try 300, or even try 400. But this, I wouldn't run MLAA at all. I would leave that off, and then play around with the other settings. What you tend to find is reflection detail can hurt your frames. Vegetation detail. So what I would do is probably run reflections on medium, vegetation medium, grass density. Probably get away with low. Shadow I would run on high. High. Weather you can run on high. Mirror quality you can choose. You can probably get away with mirror distance. You don't have to have ultra. That's just how far away you can see. So you can probably get away with medium. And then you can resolution actually, if you notch the resolution down to medium, it's not a huge difference. So you could certainly do resolution medium and quality down on medium. Play around with those though. Anything where you've got reflections, it's always going to impact your frames per second more than anything else. Which is why a lot of my trucks, I don't run heavy chrome. See some trucks that people do, and there's chrome everywhere, but you've got to remember, the game's, when you've got that on the screen, the game's having to do all reflections off it, unless you've got reflections turned off. That's why things like chromed wheels, I normally put it to painted. I'll do painted black these days. I do put chrome on trucks, but I don't plaster them in chrome. I'll just put little bits here and there. I prefer less is more kind of thinking. Home baking kind. Right, there's a sleep stop coming up. We'll be grabbing that one. Want me some daylight? God, I can imagine. We're panning around. Dinosaur. Right. Go there. Oh, trouble. Back to daylight. Another 8 hours to go, 449 miles, 593 litres in the tank. And I'm still out of coffee. Whoa! There's a welly whopper flies overhead. Ah, man, see, that's not going to go, is it? Nope. Nope. Shit. That could have gone a bit smoother. This guy with the trailer coming up now on the left hand side, boy did he come up quick. We're getting more scenery coming in now with the trees. Yeah, I can see more things popping in now. Come on, don't block the road, it's not fair. Uh-oh, I'm turning there. Whew, that was a save and a half. So not paying attention to the map then. Whoa, Jesus. Remind me to fix that. Weed. Gonna need some after this trip. Should be that one. Get rid of that. Well, VSync will keep your screen from tearing, so it depends on your graphics and how well the game's performing. Try it disabled, but if you're seeing screen tearing, then you want to put enabled. I usually put enabled because with triple screens it's such a heavy load that I usually have to have enable switched to make sure that I'm getting smooth frames. But it really depends on how the game's performing on your GPU, so try without first, try with on, and see which one looks smoother. I have no idea where I'm going. Straight on, that's good. Chances are on will be fine. This road's pretty cool. Right, one thing that is bugging me, and I know I've done it in ETS, I think it's under gameplay. Let's find it. Physical camera movement off for me. Because of the triple screens, I don't need it on. It looks weird. I prefer having it fixed so the cab stays pretty much where it is. There should be a little bit of movement, but not a huge amount, put it that way. Not too far away, down to 6 hours and 15. This feels like it's going a little too fast for this corner. That's good. We could eke it to 60 because your monitor would be a 60 frames per second monitor. But 55 won't be bad. Blimmin' vehicle inspections. Anytime? That's not slowing down quick enough. Holy crap. Need to check my brakes. 74. Doesn't want to slow down this thing. Oops. Right then, cruise control on. 293 miles. Let's get this thing up to 65, shall we? Chugging its way. The hell is that supposed to be? It was a weird looking cow. It always does that. Once, please. Going this way. He went the wrong way. I was looking at the map going, I'm not quite sure. I'm sure trucking GPS modules are a lot more detailed these days. I'd like to see an upgrade, thanks. We are motoring on a 4-hour 6. I don't recall this road at all. It's really nice. It's all well spaced, just squeeze between all the traffic. Brakes. Come on, traffic, let's move. Ow. We don't turn. Oh crap. That was my bad. Hey, you hit the truck, not the trailer, so that's alright. Missed out on that view, but that looked really good. Oop. 3 hours and 6. Ticking down.
Charging battery.
This might be awkward. A Car's going a little fast. No, we're good.
Charging battery. Charge complete.
Hey, he's finally finished charging the headset. Unplug. That's a little bit fast. Slow down. He's too fast. I'd say so. I mean, I would certainly wait for the main update. I wouldn't really bother downloading the beta. It's not going to get you anywhere. I did it as a test just to see what the fuss about was with DirectX 11. As long as it's implemented into this build that comes out, I can't see anything but pluses at the moment. Ooh, cut the road. I like this section. That's a good little section of road. Oregon's always got some good stuff. One hour 27 remaining. Dum 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 dum. I've taken the wrong turning. Shit. I knew it was a right turn, but not that one. Damn it. Oh, get in reverse, will you? Hello. Oh my God. It was great right until I decided to mess it up. Okay, we're free. Try again, except we'll take the right turning this time. That looks really nice. And down to the last hour. And the last hour's proven to have some really nice scenery. Unfortunately, you don't get to see all the scenery I get to see. It's really good. Now we're only sticking forward because I've set the gears up wrong. I've set it to an auto box, but I realised I've set it to auto via the pedals, not by their shifter. Mainly because I play ATS in VR. And my truck shifter doesn't work in VR for some reason. "26 minutes remaining." Sooner the better, because hopefully then we can park up before it actually gets to being dark. Oops. Cut him up. 7 minutes away. Destination. Down to 4 minutes. In-gate time. Ooh. Good look at the scenery again. Yeah, you've the 1030 really is an entry-level card. I really do suggest at some point, when you're flush with cash, invest in a minimum 1060 I would aim for, personally. Well, that's where you can play around with that, because if you end up changing, look at that view again. That looks really nice. That does look good. What you can do basically is, let's say you get something like a 1060 or an RTX 2060 graphics card, put that into your PC, take your 1030 out, put that into the other PC, and then you can use your other PC to do NVIDIA encoding, which means it will use the NVIDIA encoded chip on the 1030, which should lighten the load yet again. Where is the drop off? Can't even see it. Is it behind? No. Is it by here? It's by there. If you're doing NDI streaming like I am, you don't have to set any output settings, because technically it's not using the output settings. Oh, that was the wrong key. Didn't want to do that. Bada boom. $265,000. I'm so rich. Right then, so anything else worth trying? Somehow I don't think that's gonna work, but we'll give it a go. Drive. Actually, I don't know, that's pretty smooth. Changing my hertz. Yeah, there's a little bit of... That does look good with that sunset there. It's a shame the truck's stuck in that little corner. That would make a smashing picture. Oh yeah, gotta have a gigabit router. That looks really good, that sun coming through there. Might just grab that picture actually. A what? Ah, right. When you were... Yeah, it's... I mean, if you're going to buy a 10 series card, I would certainly say I wouldn't even look at a 1050. I would look for a 1060. If you're going to buy a new card, I would say an RTX 2060, but obviously it's all going to come down to price. 2060 should be good for 1080p 60 frames a second. I don't know what this is all bumpy for. Ba 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 ba. Nah, it's still got their Nope. Right then. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave it there. It's getting late anyway, so it's gonna be time for me to get myself to bed. So it would seem that the next update should bring an interesting change. I mean, how much more we're going to see in terms of frames, I don't think we're going to see like an extra 10, 20 frames. Probably be like an extra 5 frames, something like that. Because the overall game's been enhanced in terms of shading and what it's doing there. Whether we got things like draw distance improved or things like that, who knows. It may be a little bit, but again, I think all these subtle changes are going to eat into any frames per second benefit we may see. But again, when it does come out, play with your settings by the looks of it, because you may be able to eke out a little bit more performance overall. Anyway, so we're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Take care. If you've enjoyed, give it the old thumbs up, like, you know what I mean. And we'll see you in the next video. So take care and bye for now.